Hey, how's it going guys? It is JTJudgment here. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are watching this video, and welcome back to the channel today guys for another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team Legend review in the form of the 88 rated French left winger Robert Pires. Now guys, let's have a look at this boy's stats. So on the card he has got 86 pace, as well as 86 dribbling, as well as 86 on the passing, 79 on the shooting, 35 defending, and 62 on the physical. You look at his in-game stats guys, 86 sprint speed. This card does have a lot of 86 stats. I'm looking through them now and I am noticing it guys. But other than that, he's got 88 vision, 85 on the attack positioning, as well as 85 on the composure, 89 on the ball control, 88 on the short passing, 87 on the curve, 86 on the dribbling, to name a few of the better in-game stats guys. So for an 88 rated player, he has got some decent stats, that is for damn sure. Alright guys, so Robert Pires in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, he turned out to be actually a decent player for me. You know, it did take a few games for me to get used to the card. Unfortunately for me, well for me anyway guys, it was a bit of a slow start when it came to using Pires in this game. I think it took him for about 4 or 5 games to actually start producing goals and maybe the assist or two. Actually thinking back, I think he only made like 1 or 2 assists for me, which I'll get onto in just a second. But in terms of getting involved in the games that I did play using Pires, it did take me about 4 or 5 games for me to get used to him and for him to actually start scoring goals for me. But once he did start guys, I really did enjoy using this card. He scored me some nice goals. I really did enjoy using him. Now the weaknesses that I did find with this card, I'll go through the weaknesses first because there are a lot more pluses than weaknesses. First of which is his passing. Now I do notice that I find passing a weakness in loads of the players that I do use, so keep it in mind guys. It may just be me very bad at passing in this game. You know, it is a high possibility that it may very well be me that is just failing at passing in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team. But you know, it was just something that I noticed guys. He was passing in the wrong direction all the time for me. He wasn't putting enough power in the passes, regardless of how much power that I did press to put into the pass. He just kept constantly giving the ball away guys. It's something that I did pick up on while using Robert Pires, so in my personal opinion it is definitely something to keep in mind. It was a surprise for me as well guys, because he does have 86 passing on the card, and he's got some very nice short passing and long passing stats in game, so it was a surprise to me guys, and unfortunately it was a bad surprise. You know, players with that stat or those sort of stats should be much better than what he was like for me in game, that is for damn sure. So unfortunately guys, his passing for me was a massive disappointment. And the last weaknesses guys I gotta mention is his positioning and his strength. Now he does have medium work rates, even though he does have 85 on the attack positioning stat guys. I did try using him as a midfielder, a winger and a forward, and I would definitely recommend you use him as a forward more than a winger, and definitely guys, definitely 100% more than a midfielder. For me personally, he was completely wasted as a left midfielder. Very rarely did he get involved in the games that I did use him as a left midfielder, so I did swap him immediately to a left forward, and he was always getting involved in the games guys, always putting pressure on my opponents, always pacing past them, and basically guys, bottom line, just getting involved in the games a hell of a lot more compared to using him as a left winger and a left forward guys. So that is what I would recommend guys. If you buy Robert Pires for your team, definitely use him as a left forward. And his strength for me, it really wasn't the greatest guys. You know, for me personally, strength isn't the most important thing in this game, but it's definitely something that is very nice to have. You know, it is definitely something nice to have in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, the way the gameplay works. And it's something that I picked up on very early, is that Robert Pires, it really doesn't take that much to muscle him off the ball guys. So if you are somebody that likes strong players in this game, especially strong wingers, then Robert Pires, you're probably going to have a bit of a problem using this card. So it is definitely something to keep in mind before going out and picking this card up for yourself. Moving on to the positives guys that I did find now, is dribbling and ball control for me was fantastic. He was one of those players that really doesn't move that slowly. You know, a lot of players in this game, when you get them on the ball, you press the left trigger to try and turn direction, they feel really slow and sluggish on the ball. Thankfully Robert Pires for me was not one of those players. He felt like what a player should feel like with 86 dribbling on the card, so I got to say no disappointment to be had from me in that area. His shooting for me was fantastic with either foot. He does have 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot when it comes to skills. You know, it's all down to personal preference there, guys. I've always said if you are a skiller, then they're there for you to use, abuse, and score some fantastic looking goals. Have a lot of fun in the process while using this card. If you're not a skiller, then they're there for you to practice if you so wish to do so. When it comes to his weak foot, I had no problems, guys, with his weak foot. He scored a bunch of goals with his left foot for me, guys, so I did not have a problem there. His shooting for me with his right foot as well in general was fantastic. He scored a couple of decent long shots for me. His finesse shots, though, guys, is by far the best aspect of this card shooting, guys. It was just pretty much every single time that I took a finesse shot with this card, it seemed like they all hit the back of the net for me, you know. So finesse shots is definitely extremely OP with this card, or at least they turned out to be for me. So definitely something to keep in mind if you are thinking of buying this card for yourself. If you do struggle to score with this card for whatever reason, definitely try those finesse shots, guys, because judging from what he was like for me, he should not disappoint you at all. His pace for me was pretty decent as well. He's got 86 pace on the card. I did use him in the engine chemistry style to boost it a little bit, but he didn't quite feel like that boost, you know, it didn't really feel like the boost did anything. He felt like what 85, 86 pace should feel like, no more, no less. So no disappointments in that area for me, guys. And his aerial ability for me was surprisingly decent as well. He did manage to score me 1 or 2 headers. So bottom line, guys, what did I think of Pires? I personally had a lot of fun using this card. Like I said, I got to admit it did take me a couple of games to get used to this card and for him to actually get going for me. But once he did, guys, he turned out to be an absolutely fantastic card and an absolute pleasure to use in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team. I'm going to give him a final score of 9.5 out of 10, guys. I think that rating does show how much I did end up enjoying using the card. I highly recommend using this card if you do have the coin. So that's going to wrap up my Pires review in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, guys. If you did enjoy this video or this did help you guys decide whether or not to go out and buy him for yourself, then a like is greatly appreciated. Drop a subscription as well if you do enjoy the content that I do put out onto the channel for more legend reviews to come very soon. And as always, guys, most importantly, please take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.